You can take a blanket and roll it up and just prop it underneath the legs just to give you a little bit more cushion, just depending on what kind of floor you have. If you have a bolster that you want to slide, just to give you a little extra support, you can do that. Otherwise, we're just going to go into a full child's pose to start. You don't have to have your arms extended all the way out. You can make a little soft bend. And then bring your head either to a block or a pillow or to the mat. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Let's do 2 more times like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Let your chest melt towards the floor. 1 more time. Inhale deeply in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Release a little bit more, coming all the way down. And while you're in child's pose, doing a scan of the body, seeing how we're feeling this evening, and then just letting it go. Like to take a little inventory, because if you're like me, we go through our day so busy, you don't even check in with yourself. Let's do 1 more breath and we'll start to find some movement. So as we go through our class today, if anything is not feeling good in your body, you can always return to this pose or any alternative pose. You don't have to do as I teach. And just keep with the breath in and out of the nose. Try to make it intentional, a little bit deeper as we start to move. Go ahead and start to crawl your hands over to the right, coming off the mat. You can bring your left hand on top of your right hand and press into your left hip. Then slowly walk the hands to center, take them over to the left, stack the right hand over the left, and press back into your right hip. Bring it back into center. Come up on your fingertips, press your hips back towards your heels 1 more time. And then slowly make your way into a tabletop. Check out your knees, stack them right underneath your hips. Bring your hands under your shoulders. And we'll take 3 cat-cows. So slowly just let your belly fall towards the floor. Feel like you're opening your heart and then look up. Deep inhale in. And then as you exhale, see if you can go the opposite way. Rounding out your spine, let your head hang heavy. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. 2 more times. Inhale, belly falls, heart opens, look up. Exhale, round it out. Last one, inhale. You can make a little extra movement, maybe finding a little sway. Exhale, come to cat. Beautiful. We're going to take thread the needle. So left arm's going to come out to the side. You can twist your chest a little to the left. And then as you exhale, bring your left hand behind your right. Come all the way down to your left shoulder. Let your head fall to the floor. You can bring your right hand overhead. Shift some weight into your left hip and you're going to feel that open the middle of the back a little bit more. Let the right hand come back towards you. Use it to unwind, bringing the left hand back to the mat. Other side. Right arm comes to the side. Open it up to the right. And then as you exhale, weave it behind the left. Come all the way down onto your right shoulder. Let your head find the mat. And then bring that left arm to the top. Scoot some weight into your right hip so that you keep your pelvis even, so that the twist is coming from the middle of the spine. Bring the left hand back towards you. Use it to unwind. Coming back into our tabletop. From here, we're going to take puppy pose. So you're just going to start to walk your hands out and let your chest just fall to the mat. So your hips stay over your heels, so the back bend's really coming from the middle of your spine. If that's hard on your shoulders, you can bring your elbows in a little bit and just let your chest sink down. Let's hold here 2 more breaths. All right, then we're just gonna start to shift our weight forward, bringing our belly down onto the floor. Release the tops of your feet. Make sure your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Spread all 10 fingers out nice and wide. Then feel as though you're pulling your elbows towards your hips, not actually moving them, but just that little activation to open your chest a little bit more. We'll look up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, bring your chin towards your chest. Try to not get lazy through the shoulders. Don't dunk into them. Try to keep a little lift. Go ahead and look back up. And then chin to chest, Sphinx pose. One more time, inhale to look up. Exhale, chin to chest. Then look out about halfway. I like to look right over the edge of my mat. Make sure you're still putting weight into all 10 fingers, but especially that index and thumb finger. That'll start to get a little work through the forearm. Go ahead and look over your right shoulder, taking a little rotation through the neck. And then take it over the left shoulder. One more time, look over the right shoulder. Stay strong in your shoulders. And then look over the left shoulder. All right, come back to center. Let your heart fall to the mat. Bring your hands right behind your shoulders. And then hug your elbows in towards your rib cage. We're going to take 3 rolling cobras to start to work that upper back. So very slowly, you're going to lift your chest up. Then lift your chin, look up. And then exhale, just reverse it down. Let your heart land down, then your chin. Make sure your elbows don't go out or you're going to feel some pain in that wrist. Keep hugging the elbows in 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come back down. With the breath, one more time. Inhale, lift it up. And then exhale, bring it back down. Awesome. Tuck those toes back to the mat. Scoot your knees forward so you can press yourself to a tabletop. And we'll take our first down dog. Tuck your toes. Send your hips up and back. Walk your feet hip distance apart or even wider so you can press back into your hips. And then you can pedal it out. Just bending one knee back and forth. You can sway your hips side to side. You can shake your head yes and no. Just loosen everything up from the day. Stay strong in all 10 fingers. Let them work into the mat. All right, bend your knees a lot, press your hips up and back, then look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Feet hip distance apart, bend your knees a lot, let your chest melt forward. Grab opposite elbows if that feels good. You can take a little sway. All right, release that bind. Come up slowly for this first one. Stacking each vertebrae. Sending those arms up overhead. And we're gonna cactus the arms 3 times. So as you exhale, let the elbows bend, open across the heart. Inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, cactus the arms. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Beautiful. Then we're gonna take the hands in behind the back. So if you can interlace your fingers, great. If that's a little too tight for you, you can grab opposite elbows just to have some sort of bind behind you. Now we're gonna take the right ear towards the right shoulder. If you wanna bring your hands over to your right hip, you can intensify the stretch a little bit. Try to stand tall through all 4 corners of the feet, still working on strength in the legs, not just standing. However, get some intention through the legs. And then let's go ahead and take the other side. So if you wanna play with the arms, you can bring them to the left hip, drop that left ear towards the left shoulder, opening the right side of the neck. All right, come back to center. So regardless of which bind you have, keep it. We're gonna open the chest, bend the knees, and then just let the heart fall forward. So if you're all the way up here and it kind of looks like this, that's okay. If you want to take the hands away from the body some, you can deepen that opening through the front of the shoulders. If you want to try dialing your chest a little bit each direction, you can amplify it, but be careful. Gentle, gentle. Okay, slowly bring the hands back towards you if you pull them away and roll it up. Pause a moment so you don't get dizzy. Send those hands up towards the ceiling, the sky. Bend the knees, then exhale, take it down. Forward fold. On the next inhale, slide your hands up your legs, come to a flat back. And let's hold here a couple breaths. So squeeze your shoulder blades. Don't lock your knees, so keep a little bend if you know you're prone to locking. And then tuck your chin in towards your chest. Try to keep the head lifted, so we're working on all these postural muscles. Fighting against gravity for a moment. And then as you exhale, soften, melt it down. From here, we're gonna step the right foot back. Drop that back knee and the back foot. If you need something under your right knee, go ahead and slide something underneath it. If you're feeling pretty good, go ahead and start to lift up. You'll use the support of that front knee. Hold in the belly, squeeze that right glute. Opening into our hip flexor, top culprit for back pain, knee pain, hip pain. Really good to stretch. Now you can stay right here. If balance is a challenge, hang out. Don't worry about the next progression. If you want a little bit more, your right hand can hook to the outside of the left knee. That left arm will go back behind you. You can look back or you can look forward. Whatever feels good. Taking a little twist. Squeeze the thighs together. Try to twist from that middle of the body. One more breath. Sweep it into center. Come down to frame the foot. If it is tight for you, you can always put something under your right hand, but the next option we're gonna do is just to push some weight into our right hip so that we start to lengthen our left leg. If you wanna lift the left toes off of the mat, you can make it a little bit more. If the foot down feels better, you can stay there, but opening into our hamstrings. Let's do one more breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. And then as you inhale next, go ahead and take it back forward. Tuck and lift that back knee. And then just step the right foot to meet the left, coming into a forward fold. Let's slide the hands up the legs, come back to that flat back. So slide up, make sure you don't lock your knees, squeeze your shoulder blades. Keep your chin tucked towards your chest. Hang out here for a moment, feeling strong against gravity. Maybe even let go for a second. And then exhale, bring it back down. From here, we'll take that opposite side, left foot steps back. Drop the left knee, left foot. Bring something under that left hand if you need a little bit more wiggle room. And then slowly start to bring it up. Use the support of your right leg. Hug in the belly so we really open that front of the hip. Squeeze your left glute. That helps to release the front of the leg. Don't lose connection to breath. Now you can stay right here, or that left hand can come across to the outside of the right knee. Right arm comes back behind you. Maybe you look back. The more you squeeze your thighs together, the more you can twist from that middle body. Press that right knee into the left hand and you'll get a little bit more control. One more breath. And then slowly bring it back to the front. Come down and frame the foot. Bring something under that hand if you need it. We're going to shift some weight back into the left leg. Maybe keeping the right foot down. Maybe we peel the toes off the mat. Finding a nice stretch for the back of the right leg, back hamstrings. Two more breaths. Last exhale out. Start to shift some weight into that front knee. Tuck and lift that back leg. And then this time, step the right foot to meet the left. Coming into plank. Let's hold plank for a couple breaths. And then let the knees fall. Elbows will hug by your ribs. Lower yourself with control of your arms down onto your belly. We're going to take 3 rolling cobras, but we're going to up it just a little bit. More challenge for the back. So bring your hands off the mat. Come up on your fingertips. And then very slowly peel your heart off the mat. Look up. Exhale. Let it melt back to the floor. 2 more times. Inhale, rise. Cobra, exhale, come down. Really feel that cobra energy. Last one, inhale up. And then exhale, come down. All right, we're gonna take one of my favorite shoulder openers. I'm wiggling a little bit more to the right side. You can bring your left hand off your mat. The palm is going to be down. Use your right hand to slowly start to shift onto your left side of your body. Now you have one leg stacked on top of the other. If you already feel a stretch in your left arm, stay here. If you want more, your right foot can come down to land on the floor, pointing your right knee up. If you want even a little more than that, that right hand can come in behind the back. Any pinching in the neck, you can slip something under as a pillow if you need it. But let's hang out here a few extra breaths, so find whatever option feels good to you. Connect with that in and out breath. All right, and very slowly we're going to unwind. Coming back onto the belly. Bring that left arm in slowly. Shake it out. Feel that difference between the shoulders. And let's take the other side. Right arm comes out to the side, palm is down. Use your left arm to slowly bring yourself onto your right side. You can stay right here if you already feel a stretch. If you want a little bit more, that left foot can come back to land on the floor. That points the left knee to the ceiling. And the left arm can go behind the back if you want even a little bit more. So 3 more nice deep breaths, breathing in through the nose. Exhaling it out slowly. All right, we'll start to unwind very gently, bringing it back into center. And then we're just gonna flip onto our backs. So take your time, we'll meet there when you're ready. Giving a moment for everything just to settle after all of the movement. And we're gonna take one more shoulder opener here. So we're gonna do laying down eagle pose. So your right foot is gonna cross over your left leg, and you can do it as deep or as light as you want. Reach the hands up towards the ceiling. Let the right arm come behind the left. So we're making an X, and then bend your elbows and see if you can connect your palms. If you're in this X, that's okay. If you can take that second bind, wonderful. You can rest your arms against your forehead. If you still want to burn out some energy and want to take a few crunches here, you can. Little eagle crunch. Or you can just hang out, rest. Let's do one more breath for those shoulders. And then just open your arms up to like a T or a field goal. And you're gonna keep the legs crossed and just slowly guide them over to the right. So your right leg is on top of your left leg, getting a nice opening through the hip, maybe that left side of the low back. You can take your gaze over your left shoulder if you want to deepen it just a little bit more. And we'll hang out here for 5 breaths. Slowly start to guide it back into center. Uncross that right leg from the left. And then we're going to take the other side. So that left leg will cross over the right. Send your arms up towards the ceiling. Let the left hand go underneath the right, making an X. Bend your elbows, and if you can connect your palms, you can take that full eagle pose. If it's really tight, just play with a little bit of a cross. Don't feel like you have to force it. Be mindful of your shoulders. Once again, if you're wanting a little workout and you want to do a couple crunches here, you can. If you're trying to wind down from the day, you can make it just a resting posture. All right, go ahead and open the shoulders up, keep the legs crossed. We'll start to let the legs fall to the left. That left leg's on top of the right. You can take your gaze over your right shoulder. You can close the eyes or have them open. Just start to soften your gaze. Last breath here. Sweep it back into center, uncross the legs, and then go ahead and bring the knees in towards the chest. You can take a little rocking here side to side. And do a scan of your body if there's anywhere else that feels like it could use some opening. Take any final posture that you feel like you need to rest a little easier in our final meditation. If you did the yoga, don't skip the final pose. It's so important to soak in that mental rest. We burned out some physical energy. So slowly start to extend those legs long. If you need something under the knees to make your back happy, grab it. I like to tuck my shoulder blades under a little bit. Take up as much space as you need. Don't feel confined to the mat. And we're just gonna spend a few minutes just trying to let our mind and body rest, active rest. Take a nice deep breath in. Open the mouth, do one more, sighing it out. Go ahead and continue with the in and out breath through the nose. Check in with the muscles of your forehead, your jaw. See if you can soften the face just a little more, soften the shoulders just a little more. This is your time. I'll call us out of it in a couple minutes. Try to keep the mind focused on the breath, on the moment, on the now. If you want to stay here a little longer, feel free. If you're ready, start to deepen your breathing. Slowly roll the head to the right and to the left. You can wiggle out the toes and the fingers. And then bend one knee up at a time. Eyes can remain closed. You're just going to roll onto whichever side is most comfortable for you. And just pause on your side. Doing that scan of the body just like we did at the beginning of class, noticing how you feel now. Taking in this last moment of stillness. And then when you're ready, go ahead and make your way up to seated. Bringing the hands together at the heart. Sending gratitude to this beautiful practice of yoga. Sending gratitude towards yourself for showing up to work on mind, body, and spirit. And then pick one other thing in your mind's eye just that you're so grateful for. I thank you guys for joining me in this practice this evening. Let's do one final breath together. Inhale in. Open the mouth. Thank you all. Namaste. Thank you.